Okay, I'm gonna play a clip from everyone's favorite anti-porn orangutan, Gail Dines. Now, I'm gonna play the whole clip through and interrupt it at times, so no one can play I'm playing it out of context card, and if you wonder how long the clip is, it's about 15 minutes. I had to stop it about 5 times, I think, in the first 10 minutes. So, enjoy my ranting about Gail Dines.
To tonight's guest, Gail Dines is a professor of sociology and women's studies at Wheelock College in Boston. Her latest book, Pornland, looks at how porn has changed in the last 60 years. Today on the internet, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, and according to Dines, the images you can see are more brutal and more degrading than ever. She claims easy access to internet pornography is hijacking our sexuality and poisoning relations between males and females. Professor Dines joins us now in Boston. Thanks for being there.
Thank you.
Let's start with your basic premise that internet porn in particular is hijacking our sexuality. How and why is that happening?
Well, first we have to realise that pornography has changed over the last decade and a half. You know, we're no longer talking about pictures from Playboy of a naked woman smiling in a cornfield. What we're talking about are really brutal, body-punishing images that are designed to degrade and debase women.
Okay, so clearly what she's talking about is the BDSM shit. Bondage, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, to say that it debases women is just I mean, yeah, it's just saying a bunch of this shit, but, you know, men do that shit to each other. There is gay BDSM porn. There is femdom porn. I mean, look at Rule 34. There is every fucking type of porn. And to say that this is the only thing porn is just so over the top and so ridiculous. I mean, just type in femdom and you'll see women beating men. I mean, and you could look up gay BDSM and you'll see men doing these things to each other, which therefore implies that women aren't even in it. I mean, if something... okay, we're going to take Rule 34. So if something exists, there is gay of something that, okay? Unless it's like straight of this, you know. Don't try to find straight gay porn or things that are mutually exclusive. We're saying, like, if there's a gay for a fetish, if there's a straight fetish, straight form of porn, there is a gay form of that porn.
Happening thanks to the internet is pornography is now more accessible, it's more affordable, it's more anonymous, which means that more and more men and boys are looking at pornography, and that's impacting the way they think about their own sexuality, the way they think about women, and the way they think about relationships.
Okay, so according to Dines here, she says that porn, you know, fucks with our heads about thinking about relationships. I'm 22, and I have no desire to be in a relationship. Okay? I was born in 1989, I mean, you know, women don't want me. I mean, I don't care, you know? I mean, I have human rights, I mean, and I have the right not to get married, okay? So, I mean, people have sexuality. I mean, they need... It's important that you exert your sexuality. I mean, you know, but according to Gail, you have to be in a relationship. It changes our views on relationships. I have multiple reasons I don't want to be in a relationship. Money, okay? I'm a guy. That means I'm probably going to have to pay for a bunch of shit. I don't want to be in a relationship, okay? I probably never want to get married, at least at this point. Okay, I don't want to have kids, so that's a good reason not to get married. I mean, I have a right not to have children. Fuck, I can go down to the urologist and go get a vasectomy. I mean, I personally don't see why that would be so controversial if I don't want to have kids. If I tell you I don't think I could raise them properly, I don't know what people think about that, but I don't think I can. Okay? I don't think what I'm here for is to make babies. My knowledge is I think, what's more important about me. I mean, I'm a number theorist. I'm not a baby making machine, okay? I mean, yeah, that's biologically my role, but that's a very primitive role. In society, I'm more of a number theorist. I don't have any interest in raising children. I love numbers. I love statistics. I love math. I love calculus. I hate children. I mean, they just make me want to shoot myself, you know? Um, you know, I think it's just alimony and child support. I don't want to have to pay all that. So I have a right not to get married, and I mean, I have a right to stay single. It gives me more freedom, I think.
Let's get before we go on to talk in detail about the sort of images, the sort of things that people are accessing these days, give us some sense of the scale of the internet porn industry if you can, because some of the statistics are mind-boggling.
Well, they say it's about a $96 billion a year industry worldwide. There's over 13,000 porn movies released to the market in the United States of America. They reckon about 1 in 3 web pages contain some pornographic content. So what you see is pornography is all over the internet. And in fact, pornography drove the internet. The technology that the pornography industry devised is now mainstream in the industry.
Now, you talk about this brutal body punishing pornography. It's sometimes known as gonzo porn.
Okay, just look up gonzo porn on Wikipedia. It's not at all what Gail describes it. Just type in gonzo porn wiki, or, you know, it comes from gonzo journalism. It's supposed to just, like, it's just POV, basically. I mean, she doesn't even know what she's talking about. She has clearly no idea what the hell she's talking about. I mean, you could just find what it means by just doing, like, less than 5 seconds of research, actually.
What is it?
Yes.
How do you access it? Is it easy to access?
Well, if you go on Google and you put porn into Google, you'll get it within 5 to 10 seconds.
Just in case you're wondering, I did Google it, and yeah, I didn't find any BDSM or anything real brutal. Just regular old stuff.
What I talk about in my book are only those images that I accessed, I would say, within 10 seconds, which means that the average 11-year-old, which is the first age of viewing pornography, can get to those images in 5 seconds.
So Gail brings up children here. Let's put it this way. Every child is the responsibility of that child's parents or legal guardians. You are not responsible for other people's children if you make a pornographic website. And needless to say, the government is not here to censor adults. That's what the First Amendment is about. You know, we have freedom of speech. Yes, children don't need to be viewing pornography generally at age 11, but you don't know that. No, I mean, I've heard that statistic's false from several sources, and you just pulled that out of your ass, I bet. And, you know, kids also might see something, okay, that they're not ready to handle, okay? Yeah, it can happen. But that's not the responsibility of the porn industry. That's the responsibility of the parents to put an internet filter on or whatever they want to make sure that that child does not see those things. Okay? It's like if whatever product you make, you have no... I mean, if it's used incorrectly, then no, you are not responsible for it. I mean, Gail fails to realize a wide variety of things here, and one of them is that you are not responsible if the product is used incorrectly. Second of all, yeah, okay, the legal age is 18 to consume pornography, but still, if you're 14, 15, 16, yeah, you're probably ready. You know, it's whenever your sexuality develops and you feel ready, then you're probably ready, okay? It's an abstract time when you're ready, okay? It's different for everyone, and 18 is an age where people generally tend to be ready for a wide variety of things, but this is something that most people that are slightly under 18, not like 9 or 10, I'm talking about like 16-year-olds or 17-year-olds, are ready to handle. So if you say 17, a lot of 17-year-olds have seen porn. That's okay. It doesn't matter what the law. I'm not gonna say what the law says. I'm gonna go with what they're ready for. At 17, yeah, you're ready. So it's just silly to say that 17-year-olds aren't ready to... Yeah, you don't need to be in it if you're 17. Maybe you can look at it, though.
Gonzo is really the body-punishing, hardcore imagery. It dominates the internet today. It is the most profitable for the industry. And what the industry says is that Gonzo pornography is the pornography of choice when men are alone. So really, it's swept over. And the reason for that is a lot of softcore pornography today has migrated into pop culture. So the more you have softcore in pop culture, the more the pornography industry is forced to go hardcore as a way to distinguish its products.
What people consider softcore has a wide variety of meanings. What Gail here thinks about it is just pretty much anything that could be even interpreted as sexually provocative. We don't see softcore in mainstream media, no. Softcore is generally things like, masturbation, just solo stuff like that. That's softcore. A lot of magazines where we don't see more than one person interacting. Generally, we consider that to be softcore. Hardcore is when, I suppose, there's more people involved. It's more hardcore the more people there are. Or if there's two people involved, or... It has a very wide variety of meanings, but clearly what Gail is interpreting it as is probably masturbation's hardcore or something like that. I don't know. She just is just an old, shrill gas bag and doesn't know what most people call hardcore. Softcore is not in pop culture at all. Yes, they have sexually provocative images everywhere because sex sells, but they don't get you aroused. The purpose of softcore is to get you aroused. A woman in a bikini, I wouldn't even consider that porn. It's not really all that arousing. I mean, when unless you're considering her taking the bikini off and going further down the line. That's not really porn. I mean, I don't know what Gail really considers porn. Or hard. I mean, she considers a lot of the stuff that we see in the media porn. That's just silly.